Okay, here we go. All right, everybody. Welcome to my first ever live stream. My name is Fusebox, as the channel says. And yeah, I brought on a slew of amazing guests and personalities. So let's start off introducing everybody. Rosetta?
Just the crazy, mouthy, saucy little artist who sits in my corner screaming and then smacks down stupidity when I see it online.
There you go.
Accurate.
Good old Alaz.
What's going on? This is yours truly, Alberto Martinez, CEO of Liesl Maura Comics, writer, author, illustrator of Street Champion Road Warrior Drake, my first graphic novel, and I'm also the leading Hispanic voice in Science Fiction 2020 because I don't perform blockchains like the predecessor. I am on Ben Fuser's channel. How are you, sir?
Damn, you are really good at talking really fast. I need to
I make fun of
I'm an
him
introvert
all
too.
the time.
Yeah.
He has a whole video on it.
I make fun of him all the time about how he talks and acts.
We got Piper here.
Hi.
Piper from Graded Point 5.
Yep.
Yeah, Piper.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you know.
Piper, you're so good at this.
We're
Right?
bad 100 here.
I was just about to answer a question I got about the Peregrine comic, and and then you called me.
There we go.
I was like, I got time. Hold on.
That face shot, I'm going to just shut my mouth now.
And we got good old Shay Zombie of Red Valkyrie with us.
Hi, everybody.
Heck yes. So before we went live, everybody was discussing the current issues within Comicsgate, and I'd like to pick up on that, you know, to hear some more of that.
Ready to go.
So basically,
that was your show.
I want to hear more.
As he was saying, I think is basically the antis are obsessed with us because they know their industry is fucking dying.
Yes, apparently Rosetta is battling with the notorious anti-comics gator known as Gail Simone.
Oh, and a few others too. I got blocked by a bunch of the checkmark people from Marvel in the last few days.
I mean, that's kind
Par
of
for the course.
everybody has been, you know.
Yeah.
I have a lot of years to catch up with. I wasn't here for the beginning, so give me time so I can get it under their skin as much as all of you have had chances to.
Well,
I'm on my way there really quickly.
Like I was saying before, like what's going on now with these pros on Twitter is reminiscent of 2018. They're going back to form because the industry is dying or dead, so they got nothing better to do to push their agenda other than to argue with Comicsgate. That's what's going on.
They need to rile Comicsgate back up so they can pull the poor us again because
Yes,
they
exactly.
know they're dying now.
Oh yeah.
See, I'm never important enough to hit the radar, so I just stay in the corner and do my own damn thing.
I don't know
Most of them
how I freaking did. It's not like I have this big account, a bunch of followers, or an actual finished comic or anything. I'm just a loudmouth who sits on streams with like 6 people watching.
Apparently, that is enough. It's dangerous.
I got,
very
I got
dangerous.
blocked by a lot of them while I was actually still fans of them just by disagreeing.
Of course.
I know the last thing, and a lot of it was before Comicsgate started, but that's how you know it was going to start.
Yep.
Was because that shit was already starting. That's the behavior that sparked it in the first place. They made Comicsgate a thing. Like, they made it a necessity, and they're pissed.
Well, if you want to argue it, what they're probably doing is giving Comicsgate the ammo to really go ahead and save the industry or take over the industry. So it could be just that too.
Yeah. I remember, like, the last thing Dan Slott said to me was that there was no way I was an actual chick. that I was that I was actually a dude. And I was like, I have actual pictures.
Oh.
I had, like, a drawing for my avatar at the time. Which
By
I
the
usually
way-
do, but...
That is the other reason why I pissed them off so much they're raging at me today. I changed my bio info last night, which includes now support toxic masculinity and sandwich wench.
Oh well, I mean, you put out some radar for them to pick up on, like, you know, that's a dog whistle.
That's a come here and fuck with me, you little bitch. Don't slap you around. But anyway,
It's fun when especially when I'm bored. Just
And that's the thing.
Go
Is
ahead.
that this
go
all
ahead and
started
flood one of their
because
things, and they will grow. They will give you
I
entertainment for a while.
was yesterday morning, early morning. My muscles were really flared bad. I had to take muscle relaxers. I couldn't get out of bed for a while. I'm sitting here with my phone, and she making these dumb comments. So I just put a couple responses politely in and started everything. It's like, well, I can't fucking get out of bed anyways. Let's have some fun with the little bitch.
Wow. See, you have way more fortitude than I do because, like, well, number one, most of these people block me before they respond to me. Like, you know, it's a
boring
given.
when they do that.
What time was it? I'm trying to remember now. He went on this tirade saying that Comic Skate is anti-women and harassing female editors and stuff. And I said, okay, so
I
where's
responded to that.
literally all I said was please because everybody I've dealt with in Comic Skate is pro-women. And he blocks me. He never responded.
Yeah.
I would like to add that most of the people in this panel are female, so.
I know, right?
Just
But we
saying.
don't count. Our experts don't count because they're for Comic Skate people.
We're obviously being held down by the patriarchy. Didn't you get the memo? That's
No. I'm not being held down by anything patriarchal unless I'm in bed with my husband.
Well, see, I had you all on specifically so I could oppress you. That was
I
my
knew
whole
it.
point.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's what my husband's there for.
Curses, Comic Skates.
No, so the best part is you're saying all of this shit and we're talking about like, oh, women and Comic Skate and toxic masculinity, and I'm currently working on a Blade Devil cosplay for my 8 o'clock stream.
Right.
I've told everybody that part of my goal in this is to get to the point where I can hire enough people to actually write the story dealing with the female Braves from my tribe on my dad's side of the family. So I can actually deal with basically the American native version of Amazonians.
Nice.
But it's all about anti-woman. And almost everybody I interact with in the community knows that's my goal.
You know.
Sweet.
So it's like, yeah, really, you want to pretend? Try it, front it.
So, I believe it was last weekend that I was on your channel, Alaz, right?
I apologize.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that?
Wow,
Oh, no,
please
no.
apologize for breathing.
No. You see, you encouraged me because, see, I have an embarrassing short film that I would like to show you all. And,
God, no!
Yeah.
no, it's 5
Did you not
minutes.
get the memo?
It's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes. It's not a full-on hour.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm definitely gonna. I got my Mr. Science Theater hat on right now. I'm going to love my commentary. This one.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, really, it's the best commentary to give it is the acting, but I think most of that was my fault and also the fault of my actress who quit on me the day before we were shooting.
I had that happen before. I know the pain. I know the pain.
Day before, and I had to replace her so quick.
Yeah.
We had no time for anything.
You just pick a random person on the street. You're like, can you stand upright? You're good enough.
That's
breathe?
it.
Yes,
you
you're
know?
hired.
That was essentially it. That was my whole process. My artistic expression.
It works every time.
So let me see here. I am doing my thing here. All
I
right.
love hearing newbies try. It's fun. It's like dead air.
It is not dead air. I am talking.
That's why you're keeping it from being dead air.
I am randomly speaking.
Is that
Okay, I'm working.
actually amount of what your words are articulating as, or how often you're doing it? That's random.
People enjoy it. People seem to like it.
Keep telling you something.
All right. I am going to play BS
like it.
before social media. That is what it is called.
Alas, you don't count. You like any talking.
There you go.
That's hurtful.
I have to say, Jonah, I never thought.
Let me just say this.
I always
Anytime
thought
you can shoot at a restaurant, that's props, bro.
that
Props.
You never seem to be interested in girls who actually like to have fun.
Jesus, I know I haven't been out in a while.
Jonah,
I'm sorry. Just
Poor man's Jared Leto.
a burger or something.
What's up?
bros. This is all too
Poor man's Jared Leto.
So, when was your last relationship?
Oh, I don't know. About 6 months ago, I suppose.
Wow, I'm so sorry about that.
Jesus.
What?
That is so long.
Now, where did you find these actors at? Did you do the Craigslist route, or did you do Backpage, or?
I actually knew the guy. I went to
Yeah,
school
but
with
I mean,
him, and
face-to-face officially.
I met
Oh, wow.
Say no
her
more.
on a film a long while ago. Oh, yeah.
I was hoping you
Jesus
were gonna
God.
say that was like his girlfriend.
Oh my god! Oh, he really took that hard.
Oh God. Oh,
Were you the
God.
cameraman, or did you have a cinematographer for this?
I had a cinematographer. I was the very inexperienced director.
No, listen, I think we should leave now. Right now.
God. They're all offended because he doesn't have a face space.
Oh my God, Jonah, you poor thing.
What?
Jesus.
I'm so sorry.
It's a good thing I don't have a camera because I'm very red right
Sorry?
now.
You've never had a girlfriend and you don't have a face space?
I had a girlfriend. I literally just told you 2 seconds ago before the world flipped upside down.
Jonah, you haven't had a face space. Any so-called relationships you claim you had didn't really exist. You were so lucky.
Oh,
asking
God.
Me out and some of my friends that day, they would have left by now.
Why? Because of face space? Who gives a damn?
Jonah, you're offending everyone in here.
I still don't get why.
Good job,
It's
Jonah.
important that you listen to me. I'm going to help you.
See, the actress, she didn't have enough time to really learn the script, unfortunately.
Do we seriously have to do this right now?
She did a pretty decent job, considering. I'll give her
No,
props for that.
No, I think so too, you
I
know.
don't like the wording of that question.
Jonah, you're a really sweet guy, but there's no way you could handle dating me. I mean, seriously, you're 23 and you don't even have a face.
Here we go.
I've had a face space since I was like 13. I'm sorry, but I can't waste my time with
Oh,
people who
Jesus.
that way.
Who's that handsome guy?
Totally wanna help
Yeah, who is that guy?
I want to talk to his mom. I want to consummate.
Well, I just happen to love eavesdroppers.
Where the hell did you come from?
I'm Adam, by the way. Oh, maybe see what Jack on Facebook.
Oh yeah, I love Jack. He was on my top 10 list back in the MySpace era.
Oh god.
Dark days.
Hi, I'm Catherine. Do you want to go get some coffee or something?
Absolutely.
Oh God.
Oh wow, the
Get to add me on your
eyebrows.
friend list.
Oh my God, thank you. I almost forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
seriously. Why are people eating in there?
Jonah, I'll call you later. We can set up an appointment to talk about your little problem.
What's little?
Nice meeting you, little guy.
Wow.
I miss the 90s.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Jesus God. So that was my, yeah.
Actually, that wasn't.
Okay, in all seriousness, yeah, in all seriousness, I was actually very impressive. I'm gonna say this. Number one, it is hard to always get on location shooting, but that in of itself is impressive. Getting extras also can be a bit challenging, but it looks like you did a good job there too. I've had experiences where actors or actresses would bail out in the last minute, and I had to literally get people up on the street to perform the role. So I know how challenging that is. So you did a pretty good job with that. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Now, as far as the acting abilities are concerned, that we can go back and forth on that one, but I'm impressed.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the heck out of that.
It definitely could have been a lot worse.
I mean,
will
you
say
know.
this, though.
What?
Yeah, I'll say this: the cinema. I am big on cinematography, so I felt like he could have played a little more angles. Like it was just too much like a mid-level, Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, good to know. That I think that video was about 7 years old. I've actually lost weight since then, so
What
Are
kind of
you
camera
just
do you
trying to
shoot
make
at?
sure people know that they should be attracted to you? Is that it?
I mean, I'm not going to say that that's not
He's entitled.
one of the reasons.
He's entitled. What camera do you use to shoot at?
I'm probably the biggest one here. Let's be honest.
So yeah, that was my big contribution for today's stream. You know, that was.
What camera did you use for that?
But you know, so Comicsgate, huh? You know.
I'm just doing crazy.
Can you guys hear me?
I heard you.
Laz.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
He sidestepped your camera question.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's up?
3 times. Yeah, 3 times. 3 times he did it.
Yeah.
You're
very irrelevant right now.
Be gentle. It's this.
See, I'm here. Listen. Hold on. Time out. I'm here. I'm here giving you props. I'm here trying to elevate your work here and essentially confirming your role in the film universe, and you completely ignore me. Not just once, not twice, 3 times. I'm like, wow.
Oh God, we've got 24
Sorry,
dislikes.
guys. That's probably
Already?
me. Probably.
I've got them spamming mine too. It's
Yeah,
10 to
so-
20 every time.
So
I
between
stream
me and
it.
Rosetta, you're so screwed. I have a stalker who likes to follow me everywhere
I've
I
got
go.
So,
400
am I
people
right?
I know are
My
following
bad.
me with their pages and
Oh my god,
downloading
it's
my
not
stuff.
just me then.
They target the women.
Okay.
No,
I was
on my last
wondering
stream,
how,
on
like,
the-
every stream that I've been on or any stream that I shill and say I'll be hanging out in the chat,
Yeah.
the second I send tweet, they start raining dislikes. And I was
Same.
like, oh my
Same
God,
here.
I'm killing
Same.
people.
What
Okay.
about-
So it's not just me, it seems to be the chicks in
Oh
general.
no, it's also started to be the people that I regularly stream with started getting my same stalkers. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
no.
sharing
Hey,
is caring.
Elias,
Like,
honey, since you're showing that, do you want to share 1 or 2 of the pages I've done doing colorized versions for you?
They're
Do you
teaming
wanna?
up because I usually get 18 exactly.
what happened?
same. Dude, Viper, we have the same stalker.
Did you want to
shit.
show a couple of the pages I colorized for you for the alternate version?
Dang, what the crap?
Hyper, we need to talk in DMs.
Yeah, what the hell?
We know the same person.
Yeah, we might. Because dang.
He's
No, I
not
thought-
answering.
How do we get?
ignoring you?
How do you get
That's why I gotta
24?
show. Yeah, you said you wanted to show.
Did you want me to show a couple of the ones I've been doing for you?
I'm sorry. I think I'm on a delay.
Maybe a little bit.
I mean, that's up to Ben. He's the host. I'm merely a guest.
Well,
I'll
you know,
give him the option here. Here's the shot for one of the
I
ones
will-
I did for you.
Yeah, I've had 99 dislikes on the last stream that we did. So
See, I'm doing a colorized alternate for him.
nice,
Oh, okay, nice.
good stuff.
I get right at 10 or right at 20, depending on which people notice I'm streaming, by the way.
I was gonna say the highest has been 27, and that's been graded streams.
Oh, that's it? My highest was 55.
And then it was
Dang!
this.
I don't even get 55 motherfucking views on half my shit.
What the crap?
Dude, I pissed off the wrong person on the wrong
99
week.
on mine.
Yeah.
Okay, the highest one I got was actually 68 dislikes, and that was when they were harassing it because it was me, Tom Connors, Dark Gift Comics, Hans Sith, and one of my other friends all together. And a few of the anti-fandom and Comicsgate's trolls all got together and trolled me at the same time, and they weren't just disliking; they were saying really vulgar shit in chat too.
I was gonna say 27 isn't the highest I've ever gotten. It's the highest I've gotten without like doing anything to get them. Like there's been streams where I'm specifically talking about, specific people like Ren and this and that, where obviously I'm getting
that
a
would make
crap
sense.
ton. But at least at that point, I'm like, well, I know why.
Well, so I literally I'll say, hey, we're about to go live in an hour, and I will have the link to the YouTube, and the next thing I know, there are 18 dislikes on
Yes.
an interview for an indie comic that hasn't happened yet. How can you dislike it? You don't even know yet.
That's what started happening. Just as soon as basically Google said, yeah, none of our people are working right
Corrective,
now. It's all
corrective.
bots. Then
mine's been
exactly
happening for...
18, any stream that I say is going to happen.
My 18 has been happening for about 4 months.
Mm.
Oh Lord.
I am new to this. Then my 18 started happening like last month.
Yeah, no, mine's been almost since we started our channel.
It's all interaction.
Was on my basically, I'm going to be gone for a while. I want to stream and hang out with you guys. Stream that was in February.
Jesus. Well, yeah. See, that's I think when people are starting to take advantage because of
the first
bots.
stream that I got hit by a whole bunch of stalkers was actually my homecoming stream after burying my grandfather in October.
Damn.
Oh yay.
And this was Bree bots defending Marvel.
Oh jeez.
And they were saying such lovely things in chat, like "fuck your dead disabled family" and shit like that.
Wow, classy.
Good stuff.
But we're the hate people. Remember, we're the hate people.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we not get that memo?
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
We're supposed to hate people.
I find it very ironic that these are the people who claim like they're against, misogyny and all that, yet here they are following the women of Comicsgate around, disliking their videos, harassing them.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they're complaining about.
That I say I might be on.
Actual stories in our chat. I locked my DM box because last fall this was before I even went to Comicsgate. This was people talking fandom. I was getting vulgar sexual come-ons in my DM box. I had my avatar was a picture of me and my husband at that time. And I was getting messages from people telling me what they were going to do to my chest and mouth.
Oh my
God. The only thing I ever got was
a
whole lot of offers to be my sugar daddy as long as I promised to be their sugar baby. And I started pitting their bids against each other.
Well, the last one that
I started doing that. They're all scams too, though.
One of them was like, "I'll pay you $5,000 a month," and another guy goes, "I'll pay you $2,000." I was like, "Bitch, you just offered me $5. I'm gonna need you to step your game up." And then I got blocked.
Every time you guys would send me these vulgar messages about what they wanted to do to my body, it was always like, "That can't be done with a dick that small. I'm sorry," and then block.
It's a Nigerian scam, all of it. 419.
I was gonna say there was just one point where I just kept getting
accounts that sent me those come-ons actually had check marks.
Nigerian.
So I would just get definitely like the Nigerian scam ones hardcore for some reason there was a spree during like 1 month.
Yes.
Where they kept showing up in my DM.
5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One right after
Piper,
another.
same person.
Yeah. What the crap?
The fucking shit.
The Prince in Exile needs your help.
No, it would be the sugar daddy offer, and it would be the exact same offer. But it'd be like, "Hello, I am in New York. I want to be a long distance sugar daddy. I will start out by giving you $200 allowance a week." And I'm like, "Okay,
wow,
bye, block." And then it would be a different one. "Hi, I am in California, and I will give you $200 a week starting out." And I'm like, "What is with the $200?"
I mean, that is
low bit.
That is a cheap sugar daddy.
Be a cheap slut at that point. That's fucking insulting.
Well,
at least $2,000 a day, you fucking bitch.
I had one that said the 200 a week, and I was
way
like,
more than 200 a week. Damn it!
I'm like, my part-time job pulls in more than that, and I don't go half the time.
If anybody was trying to offer me money, I'd be sitting there going, "Do you see the size of these? Better up your bid, buddy."
Ben?
Yes, sir.
Like this ain't 200. I'm sorry.
Right after two of them, the third one, I was like, I want to know what the hell is up with this. And
yes,
so
sir.
I was like, what do I have to do? Oh, just keep me company and talk to me whenever I want.
Right. Mr. Alaz.
And give me your bank account information. I was like, there it is.
Oh my God.
There it is.
Yep. And speaking of people though in our community, Norman here just responded to me commenting on one of the threads that I'm flaming redhead with my condolences to your husband.
Alaz, you had something to say?
Ben?
Yes, sir.
One of the guys. Don't worry about it. He's just teasing me.
Can you hear me?
Like, damn.
Can you hear me, sir?
I hear everything, Ben.
Okay.
Ben?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Ben?
Yes, sir.
You never answered my question. You never answered my question.
Would you Would you care to repeat the question slightly? Slightly?
Slightly. Just a tiny bit.
Like halfway repeat the
He
question.
wants to know what kind of camera you used to film, dude.
Oh, we used kind of a Canon. I don't remember the exact number, but it was my friend who was also the cinematographer. So, but I have my own camera now, which is totally different. It's a D16 Bolex.
Okay. The fact that you know your own camera.
Yes, always have your own camera. Oh, you have Bolex. Okay. That's a good brand.
And I decided, why not? Let's pull up Street Champion Road Warrior Drake here. What say you?
Huzzah.
I say do it.
So tell us, Alaz. Tell us some more about Street Champion Road Warrior Drake.
Okay, so I am perfecting the art of the pitch, so I think I'll do a better job this time around. So it takes place in the future. It's like, I would say 10, 15 years in the future, after a war has devastated our country. And limited technology, you got the rise of the street warriors, which are a group of gangs, each with unique abilities, who are profiting off this unique drug called Romarum, which turns its addicts into numb zombies. Partly inspired by the K2 crisis in Brooklyn a couple years ago. And I know that all about that well because a friend of mine who worked for the police department actually was involved in one of those things. So he's told me about that. And it was pretty interesting. I was like, you know what? That's something that I could put in a comic book or in a movie at some point, depending on which came first. But so Road Warrior Drake himself, he is the Beast Citizen. And he has a slight little vendetta against the street warriors because growing up as a kid, he saw some of his friends fall prey and victim to not only the Romarum, but also to the street warriors themselves. So he is on a little mission of vengeance, as you will. But he goes through a little growth process because he begins to understand, okay, it's not just pounding the bad guys to a pulp. It's what is your main purpose? Is it just fighting these bad guys? Is it fighting the villains, fighting the antagonists? Or is it serving a greater purpose for the people that you surround yourself with, but have not made yourself a part of?
Nice.
So he encounters all these crazy characters with these unique abilities. The main villain is a character called the Crimson. I'm not going to reveal all his abilities because I want you to read the book for this. But the graphic novel at its current state is 160 pages. I'm already at the proofreading stage right now. I'm actually formatting the dialogue. So I had a lot of people give me some input. So I'm adapting the input right now, updating some of the artwork too, especially with the earlier pages to match the more dynamic visuals of the later pages. It's
nice.
Black and white, 160 pages, chock full action, wit, comedy, and a testimony on our human nature, as well as a deep study into our inner selves and our inner beasts.
Nice.
Oh, and all proceeds go to fighting combating racism, by the way, because racism is a big thing, and
I agree.
So
hell yeah. Awesome. Get on this email list, everybody. You're going to want to pick this up. I promise you that.
Yeah, by the way, the email list, by the way, is growing every day. I get new people signing up to it each day. And those that sign up for the email list, you will get a free coloring book / activity book, which tells a separate story when you back the graphic novel. So you will get 2 books for the price of 1 if you back the graphic novel.
See, I really like that.
And I'm also a pretty good person, too.
Well, you know, that's debatable, but okay. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm sorry. All right, that joke went flat. Jesus. Come on, people.
I'm sorry.
I'll also make you breakfast, too.
Fake laugh is out.
The important question is, do you have a sandwich wench, though, for them?
Do we?
A sandwich wench.
I haven't checked in a long time.
It's kind of a vital supply.
You know, it's just, I think about all the toxic misogyny and it just enrages me.
Oh my God.
I think about all the toxic misandry and it just makes me want to make sandwiches.
It just enrages me to my core. But anyway,
I make a bad sandwich.
My wife says I'm so
I will make
toxic
my
that,
own
you know,
sandwich
the
like
hazmat
really
are-
awesome, and everybody else's is crap because I'm lazy and I want to eat my awesome sandwich.
No, I love making food for people. I love spoiling people.
I do love cooking.
Same.
why are you oppressing yourself?
I know all this internalized misogyny.
You could be doing
well.
anything you want. Anything
And I
you
like-
want.
I want
And I
to
want to
too.
cook some yummy food.
I want to make sandwiches, and I want my husband to grow up my tits and pat my ass.
Fair.
It's- Rosetta, I'm the violence coming out of your mouth right now.
I'm a little bit different. I just want a battery operated boyfriend that doesn't die after 2 hours.
Okay, that's fair.
Battery operated boyfriend.
Never prepared.
All right, I know a song for anything. Trust me.
Unicorn operated boy. That one's so cute.
So we got Peregrine Wings of the Falcon up next.
I didn't even realize that was something.
So Piper, tell us some more about Peregrine Wings of the Falcon. I've been paying attention to this one lately. This is looking really good.
Well, I was about to say I don't know what I'm allowed to say, and then I remembered that I'm the editor and I've been telling them what they're allowed to say. So I'm allowed to say whatever I want, I think. This is really cool. They did this. They started this behind my back, actually. Those bastards. And then when I found out, like, all I had said was, you know what your comic needs. And they actually have let me make some of the characters. One will appear in the first issue. So Peregrine was not my character. However, when it comes to her look, I did come in and make some requests. Very, very hardcore by request. I mean, you need to do this. So her boob and hip size is what it's at, thanks to me.
So thank you, Piper.
Right? And
I always
that,
gotta pump up those boobs, though.
right?
Yeah,
That
look at it.
boob
You gotta have a lot of
window.
boobs. You
The
gotta have
boob
boobs. and you gotta
window.
have boob windows.
I am proud of. I am proud of this particular boob window because
That character, you know what I was talking about?
I
You
will
need
do it.
representation. That character has big boobs and a boob window. She represents me.
right? That's what I was telling them. I was like, don't be scared. Go bigger. You can go bigger.
Go
There we
big.
go.
Go big. Go big.
So it's like I get that she works out, but who cares? Go a little bit bigger.
And by the way, working out does not make your boobs go away.
No, you have to very
Let's move
specific
away.
exercises and sports bras are what give that illusion. But for the most part, she
I'm
shouldn't
in
be
a
doing
sport
those.
right now and look at this.
Right? I actually am too, but I'm also in like overalls, so you really don't see nothing. But sports bras are more comfy, especially the bigger your top is. Honestly, sports bras have way more support than a regular bra. Not knocking regular bras because I wear them with certain shirts that sports bras don't work with. But a birdie.
Well, I have to say, I'm personally offended by the fact that Peregrine does not look like a prepubescent boy.
Get over it.
Yeah, that was just never gonna happen. Even whether or not I was on the book, that wasn't gonna happen. But
That's, don't you know that true feminism means looking like a boy?
Gross.
right, true feminism is not being allowed to look like a chick or act like one either.
This
Really.
woman looks like that if she's healthy. They may have less boobs and ass, but they don't look like they're fucking male. And men should not look feminine unless you're like pumping them full of soy and estrogen and saying, act like you're a fucking girl.
Yeah,
Be manly, be feminine. It's okay. It's how we're made. It's reproduction. It's science. You claim to be science. It's evolution. Reproduce.
I love how
It's okay.
after I make a joke, it immediately sets you off. I love it. Like,
I have a lot of tirades in my head, and they usually just pop their way out. Plus, I just finished a bout of hormone therapy, so.
So haven't helped us all.
On a slightly unrelated note, I want to make this unrelated note. You know that new book by Richard Meyer, Pandemic?
yes.
yeah.
Am I the only one that has noticed that the lead character looks a lot like Piper?
That That actually messed me up when they first started sharing that, because when I would scroll through my feed, I would see it and go, "What the hell? Somebody draw did somebody draw a picture of me?" And I stop and go, "What the hell? He dropped another book? Like, where did it come from? When was this going on? Did he do this over the weekend? Holy shit!"
Well, I do think, weirdly enough, I think a lot of the female characters in Comicsgate look like Piper. A lot of them do.
I'm not the only one. Nice.
Even my character Code in Outlawed Knights kind of resembles her. And I didn't know her when we made that character. Like, I didn't know her at all.
It just makes cosplaying easier for me. It's like
You are
mode.
down to 31 dislikes now.
God damn.
Our haters are all joining forces, aren't they?
I was going to say they're joining forces. It's all three of ours combined. Some of them are probably the same people.
Yeah.
Piper's new Twitter profile.
More alts.
Piper what?
Well, technically, I think the dislikes still help the channel.
Still will make you show up in the algorithm so people see you.
Yeah, it's still
your YouTube handle should be Comicsgate News.
I would like to thank the toxic anti-Comicsgate folks for their contribution to this channel.
I would like to thank you for disliking my boobs. Also, you're a little soy boy bitch who can't get laid.
See, I'm a little nicer than that, but you know.
I'm not. I've never been that nice.
The ones doing it are the ones that like a hot chick, so they serve snacks while she's doing it with like dudes that have testosterone. And they think that, hitting that button's gonna...
Guess what, boys? If you're trying to suck up to people, you're never gonna get your dick wet. Never.
Oh,
Ever.
my Lord.
If you want to know anything about the actual book, because I just love talking about her boob window. I just love the boob window.
Oh, you just got 4 more downvotes when we start talking about boobs and dick wet.
The book itself, though, is the concept is really awesome. The Reconstruction universe, it's going to be ripe for crossovers, CG specific crossovers, and this and that. It's basically it's modern day now. It's an alternate history of Earth and everything. So a couple of things have changed. Obviously, there's super people, but
nice.
But it's not like a make-believe place, so it's really easy for crossovers. With the technology and this and that, it's going to make it even easier for weird crossovers. In case somebody's book does take place in a not Earth kind of thing and stuff. And that's why I have other characters. The rest of the graded team has some other characters. They're just kind of sitting in the wings waiting for their chance. But right now it's all about Peregrine because she's going to start the superhero reconstruction. And that is why we hardcore boost and talk about how we're going back to classic superhero storytelling. But it's still modern times, and it's going to have modern, they're going to deal with modern issues and this and that. But they're made up modern issues. So
I love it. Like, I love all the art samples I've seen are phenomenal. The story idea is sublime.
I just like I said, I am
representation, please.
Obsessed with this boob window because it was a Falcon shaped logo on her costume, and I saw it, and the first thing I thought was, you can turn that into a boob window, and her boobs will stay in there, and you get under boob with this boob window because of the little tail, right? So it's not just a little shape up here; it's like boob. All access boob window. That's probably
all access. The one I have right now is kind of small. I've got much better ones.
You get upper boob, middle boob, under boob,
all the boob,
all the boob.
None of the areola.
All the boob, all the time. All the boob, all the time. Boob groping for the win.
A panopticon of boob.
Yes. And these right here are our very first character design sketches, talking with the artist, trying to figure out what, we wanted. I don't know if I'm supposed to leak who the dude is. even though, like I said, I technically am making the rules right now, but I won't. So it does come later who the dude is, but that is obviously her first concept right there. For costume concepts and her look in general. So that was, I think, one of the first things I saw was one of those of her, and I said that could be a boob window instead of just the logo. And a lot of people are complaining about her booty shorts.
Okay, let's make them smaller and make the butt bigger then.
Right? Now, these are really early, and she's kind of still evolving a little bit as she actually gets put into panels. But the reason that we went there, that one wasn't even my suggestion 100%, but it kind of was simply to make it a little bit different. Since it is kind of like the one piece thing with the cape. And I was like, well, even in the classics, we have the, the one piece thing with the cape and it just, it looks like a swimsuit. And I was like, we do that a lot. And booty shorts actually bring more attention to the butt, to me. Mm-hmm. Like, in my opinion, skin tight booty shorts, they hug the butt. So they actually bring more attention to me, to the butt. So I was like, well, let's make that a little bit different. I mean, she is fighting in it. And if you've ever worn like a regular one-piece swimsuit, I know a lot of people are like, oh, practicality, no. And I'm like, but I'm saying, if you've ever worn a one-piece swimsuit, that thing is all up in your junk.
Backstage.
So I play volleyball.
Okay.
I used to play volleyball.
We do the spandexy booty shorts.
Oh, yeah.
And the spandexy booty shorts are a necessity if I am going to actually be able to play well. If I try and wear anything else, like I've tried to wear the bigger, like long shorts and stuff like that, that completely fuck me up. The booty shorts are where it's at.
Yeah.
1,000%. Because if you're going to talk about somebody who's going to be diving, sliding, rolling, whatever, booty shorts stay where they're supposed to be, which means that you're not going and getting like massive amounts of road rash or court burn or anything because the booty shorts are there. But if you don't have those and you have basketball shorts, you have bigger shorts, you have thicker shorts, that goes up. The one time that I got the worst court burn of my life is when I had something that was a little bit baggy and part of it went up and part of it went down, and I ended up getting a massively infected court burn.
And it really made me laugh. And by the way, very true on a lot of guys for that. It was college volleyball is actually where I shattered my nose. So,
whew.
Yeah, dude, volleyball's no joke.
When you're in the front, don't scream at them that they hit like a little pussy.
Oh no, that's exclusively what I do, but I play against guys too. So it was the funniest thing ever. I am 6'1", and I was stood back in the back row, and I had been giving this guy shit this entire game with us playing co-ed, and he got up and he got a perfect set, and he got a perfect hit, and I looked at it and went, well, this is gonna suck because I didn't have time to react. And then I felt the ball mold to my face, pop off of my face, and when I opened my eyes, I was staring at the ceiling, and I was like, why am I looking up? And I went, oh, I'm actively falling right now. My feet aren't touching anything. And I landed on the ground, and I put my hand over my face because I was laughing so hard. They called the game for like 10 minutes and were like, are you sure you're okay? I was like, you have no idea. That was the funniest thing ever.
What's the reaction it had? It was the same kind of thing. I got the shot right to the face, but it actually cracked the glasses I had in several places. It hit right here because it hit high enough. It actually had the pressure line as it popped off go down the nose.
Yeah.
It shattered here, and I was standing there with my hands like this, laughing as I was pouring blood all over the freaking court.
So like the guy who hit the ball, like not only did they get the point, he ran underneath the net, and he was like, "I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Oh my gosh, are you okay?" And I was like, I'm laughing. They're like, "Oh, dude, she's really hurt." I was like, "No, I just can't breathe," because that had to look funny. Did somebody get it on video? It was like, I'm 6'1" and just literally got taken off of my feet by a volleyball.
I'm sorry.
You got some inches on me, but I'm not this tiny woman either. So it's like.
So yeah, no, I mean, I'm confused. Like, we got 6 people watching, but we got like 40 dislikes. Are people just quickly?
44. Whoa, they combined forces. Yeah. They did.
So they're just really.
All of our trolls don't stick around. They just dislike, and then they have to go to another alt account so they can dislike again. So
yeah.
Wow. Wow.
See what you did when you brought in the women. See, this is what I've been talking about. The anti-sweepy people are incredibly sexist. They stalk us. Now, they don't say shit unless we're alone. There's nobody in chat or on panel to defend us. Then they start saying shit.
Oh, Lord.
They never say anything. They like I've had.
They do to me.
I've had three times I've had to try. Comments. 3 times I've had someone try and come into Red Valkyrie and start some shit, and I'm like, okay, you're in timeout, and then they disappear, and I'm like, I don't even have to block your ass. Like, you're already gone.
Oh, I just automatically block them if they say shit like that. They're gone, poop, gone, poop, gone.
Well, see, mine like to concern troll, but they start really slow, and they're like, I hear that there's something potentially going on with this and this, and I'm like, I'm gonna let you go for half a second because I'm curious to see what you think you know and who you are, and the next thing you say is gonna tell me both of those.
I mean, that is incredible to me. I mean, well, like
it's childish.
Well, it's the fact that, like, you know, they're defeating their own arguments.
Yeah.
With this crap, like it's mind-boggling, the lack of self-awareness.
And
like,
please don't do the shot for every dislike.
We're at 48, dude. You'll die.
Like, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Can they do shots for like Moscato or something?
I appreciate his dedication.
Yeah, let's not do that because honestly, that's probably just encouraging more dislikes. So
I mean, I'm all for encouraging the dislikes. I'm not for having a drunk dead Ed. No fireball, Ed. Damn it.
No, Jesus, no.
No fireball.
Yeah, no. Let's not.
We worry. Look, the women of CG worry about your health.
We like our friends alive, bruh, and not in jail.
Yeah,
not in jail.
Yeah, but he's a Y chromosome. He doesn't count. You know?
Oh, that's fucked up. Most of my friends are Y chromosomes.
I'm very excited about Peregrine Wings of the Falcon. And
me too. This looks awesome.
I think all of y'all should sign up for this email list. This is going to be great.
What we're doing too with the email list is we're going to start sending out little this and that. That's like snippets from the Reconstruction kind of world. So you get some insight you're not going to get in the comic because there's just nowhere to really put it in the comic and stuff.
I think that's smart. Like, yeah. I feel like a lot of people with their comics, they like to pack in a lot of backstory. And it's like, sometimes you got to realize, like, what is relevant to the story and what isn't, you know?
Yeah, and it is really hard sometimes when you really want to tell something, but the last thing you want your comic to be is super wordy.
Yeah.
Because we're there for the pictures. Like
exactly. You know,
so
and
you don't want walls of text in a comic. So yeah, this helps the mailing list will help us get a little bit of backstory out there and a little bit of like information on characters that we're not gonna get to see in this first one because there was just no room.
Yeah.
And stuff. So it's going to be really cool if you stay on that mailing list. You get this and that, and then obviously, when it launches, there will be discounts and secret perks that are just for mailing list people. And yeah, that noise, it's killing.
No, what is that noise?
I'm pretty sure it's on Laz's end.
Oh boy,
Laz, it sounds like you got a hair dryer, just like.
Laz.
What noise are you listening to?
Yep. I think you're just coming out. There's a lot of feedback coming out.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't know what it was coming from.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't stop. Yep. So I think the mystery.
Okay, so Mikey Woods wants us to talk about meth.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to stay away from meth.
Well, he wants to talk about fudge as well.
Yeah.
You know. Those schemes and scams.
Mikey, you're a troublemaker.
I really like. I'm one of the few who's like, I don't really make fun of Boyette that much because like I just felt really disappointed by him. Like,
yeah.
I used to like him a lot, and when he flipped the script and started this crazy shit, like.
See, I never saw him back then. I saw him when I made one polite comment on a thread where people were attacking Laz. He instantly threw a tirade and blocked me. He's then done this block, unblock, pretend to be friendly. He sat there on his stream, letting his people in his chat call me all kinds of vulgar things and make up lies about me and put them up on screen laughing, saying he never talked to me before and didn't know who I was.
Nice. That's classy.
Good Lord. Like, that's, you
I
know.
think he follows me.
Really?
I think so.
That's interesting.
I don't remember.
So, you know, he doesn't even have the fucking balls to pretend. He sits there and pretends like he's innocent while he's egging it on and encouraging it against people.
But he wants payback
out
for
in the greatest
for the
chat
memes.
every now and then. He like lurks and doesn't type.
If you wanted payback for anything, why would you go after somebody who wasn't even around during all that shit?
He doesn't know. He's just kind of
bullshit.
broad
Because
stroking
my
it.
account is very new, and he, as he said, I don't know who you are. Bullshit, because he knows when I started talking on Anthony's post because he was there.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, I don't think he pays that close attention.
Comic skate fight crap anyway. He's not a creator, is he?
I don't.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think he's a creator or anything. He's just kind of like there, like.
Yeah.
And I thought he was kind of interesting when he was nice.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of weird, I guess. So I thought he was kind of interesting because of that. And then that turned from weird to like straight up creepy, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was like he, you know, most of his YouTube videos were just like kind of these very zen kind of reflection type of videos, and I thought that was interesting, and I like the fact that he was promoting. But now I don't know what he's doing besides talking about war campaign. Like, I really don't. Like,
he's just trolling. And he's not very good at it because he makes himself look goofier than he makes anybody else.
I think girls, when we talk about the most downvotes we've had before, who our trolls took that as an invitation to try to best it.
That's fine.
Oh Lord.
But technically, these have to be divided by 3. So.
Come on, bring it, bitches.
I will say I laugh every time I see him talking about the RICO Act. Like that. Like trying to catch people on criminal conspiracy for making memes.
Yeah, I mean, he needs serious help. And I'm talking about, you know, the meth isn't doing enough to chill his brain down. Sorry. Sorry. He needs, you know, like some serious lithium and maybe shock therapy.
Oh.
Not the kind of shock therapy that my husband tweeted about either.
Lordy, your husband.
No. Okay, this started with I had a stream a few days ago, and I did a marathon, and while it overlapped, Liesl and Maura were also doing a stream in the middle of the time. And apparently Maura was reading some news article where they were talking about this woman giving the advice that you shouldn't let your taser and vibrator be the same color. Wait. So we're sitting there talking about, well, they shouldn't be color shouldn't be the only way you can tell the difference, because they shouldn't be the same shape either.
Some of them.
And so we started talking about, are there some penis-shaped, you know, tasers out there? And my husband, walking by as we're discussing that, goes, well, a penis-shaped taser you could at least use to strap on, and walks out of the room.
Oh, my Lord. You guys are a perfect fit.
A couple minutes later, on Twitter, there shows up a tweet. It tagged all of us on my panel and Liesl and Maura. It said, tasers, vibrators. Color shouldn't be the only way to tell them apart. However, with a penis-shaped taser, at least you can strap it on. Hashtagged it to pegging and shock therapy.
Oh, Lord. He tried to execute a citizen's arrest. Oh, my God.
I heard about it. I didn't see it. I can't watch him talk.
Oh, my God.
You have to fast forward because he's out of everybody I've ever listened to who tried to have a conversation with or anything. He is the longest to get to a single point.
Well, you know what he does? He'll make a point.
The scenic route either. He just stops the car, backs up, goes again, stops the car, backs up.
That's exactly what it is. He'll go 1 mile, back up 50 feet, and go up again. That's what he does.
You're like you're almost there. Just like another 2 inches. No, don't go in reverse. What are you doing? Don't go in reverse. Come back. You're almost there. You're almost there. You can do it. Come on.
It's a bit generous for him, though.
Wait, what?
Sorry, she gave an inch measurement. I had to take a cheap shot at his penis.
I didn't catch it for a second. That's what it was.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I try not to think about Edwin Boyette's part.
Same.
Well, there's not much there to think about. So.
Rosetta, you are on fire.
This is my normal attitude.
I was gonna say she's always on fire.
Every time I'm on stream with Rosetta, I usually just sit back and I'm like, I don't gotta say shit. I'm just gonna let her go. I'm just gonna sit here.
We're almost
just get reaction shots every now and then of like, oh gosh, so that was a lot.
It's just funny because like I tend to like to understate everything, but then Rosetta comes out with it like right in your face, like
To be fair, I am an ex-wrestler. I am an ex-carpenter. I was the only girl in shop. I grew up around Sturgis bikers. I grew up hunting.
Honey, I'm in the military, and you still make me blush.
I also don't have a filter up here from seizure damage, so if I think it comes out.
Well, you know.
So,
that's usually me when I'm typing, but
so I've kind of learned that I'm kind of brutal. Hey, we're up to 60. They're getting
I was
closer.
about to say we're at 60.
Oh my God.
We get 30 each if we split them.
I need them to keep going. We need to hit 100.
We're not at 30 each if we split them. We're at 20 each if we split them.
Oh, yeah.
There's 3 of us.
I don't like math.
Good lord.
Hey, wait. Sucking is not an insult. It's a skill. It's an art
We
form.
need 90 and then we'll have 30 each. There we go. Right?
Come on, step up, losers.
Whew. I got it right.
Yes, Ed, please split the days between like a long weekend or something.
I think like 7 days would be a good way to split that.
For a week at least.
Jeez.
And again, Mikey, even if that were true, which bullshit, you can't enforce them on people from other places or just randomly either. See, your laws in your country don't mean fucking shit to people in other countries.
Who lordy. I'm curious, like that. This is pretty big though. 60 dislikes. I wonder who's like my channel has been so under the radar with everything that like I'm surprised that like we got.
Apparently, if you need noticed, even if it's negative attention,
These 3 right here.
Yeah,
Put us on. You're good. Who needs some dislikes?
With our stalkers combined.
That's just so
Come on, dislike the
mind-boggling.
boobs because you're little soy boys who don't like girls.
Okay.
It's okay. We know. You can't get your dick wet and you're bitter and you're incels. Keep going.
Like,
If it makes the warms the cockles of your heart, by all means.
It's like I wasn't even expecting to get 60 views, like,
yeah. That's how this works.
Like my God.
Congratulations, Ben. You're somebody on YouTube now.
I'm so honored. I can't wait for my first rumor.
Just me. I was doing experiments to figure out if it was like something to do with me, and I was like, okay, so it has something to do with me, and there's at least guaranteed 12 to 18.
Yeah.
Same.
Hyper. I'm telling you, we have the exact same stalker because I hit the same 12 to 18. But here's the thing: is I was like, it's just on RV, it's just on Red Valkyrie, and I was like, okay, no problem. I went on Inkspot's show. At the very end of their show, the first time they had me on, all of a sudden they go, hold up, why the hell we got 18 dislikes? And I went, oh, oops.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you'd follow me. And they were like, wait, what just happened? And then we went off air and I was like, I have a stalker.
I thought it was just graded getting bombarded by like anti-comic skate until I realized that the second I would promote a stream and say either I'm going to be on it or I'm going to be in the chat, whoever's stream it was, they immediately go, well, shit, now I just started getting downvote bombed. And I'm like, it's only after I freaking say I'm going to be there.
Well, and so mine has evolved and I don't understand it. I've been streaming a lot with like Adam AF, right? And then he had a stream that he did and I wasn't on it. And it's almost like my stalker had remorse, because all of a sudden in the same hour, my last stream video that I had got 20 comments. I never get comments. I get like 3, and they're all from people I know on Twitter. I got 20 comments out of nowhere in the same hour, and everyone's like, "This is a great format. That was really smooth, very professional." And I was like, "The fuck?" And then
something else. Go back and look on the streams too, because after the streams upload, the likes
they all go back,
but the dislikes disappear.
Yeah, you get like 3. You end up with like 3 dislikes.
Because there is actually a filter that finds sock accounts and removes them. They're less likely for those. They are less likely for those to disappear if they actually are talking shit to us in chat.
Right. Well, so here's the funny thing is that Ink. I was on Ink Spot's channel on Monday for his like F Monday stream. He got a shit ton of upvotes and a whole bunch of comments. And then I wasn't with Adam AF on his Tuesday stream. He got 18 downvotes. And he goes, "Oh, I had the same stalker as Shay." I was like, "Sorry, Adam. I didn't know that it was going to also go to people that I have streamed with occasionally from time to time." Apparently, you now have
I guess we put them on the radar when it happens. But yeah, it goes down to like only like 3 or 4. So it's really only like a couple people.
And then all their sock accounts.
And all their sock accounts stalking.
I'm getting t-shirts made. My t-shirt, I'm going to have an artist do some artistic work. It's going to say, I got a challenge out.
Ah, nice.
I threw a challenge out in chat. You'll see it pop up in a sec.
Oh, a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Challenge.
So do you think like the 3 people stick around to see the reactions, or do you think they just hop to the next stream they can find?
I have a question for the bot accounts, actually. What is the end game? Like, what is the purpose of it? Like, do you think like that by downvoting it, I'm gonna like stop? Is that what you think? Like,
probably. I actually had somebody who asked me. They were like, "Oh no, I guess people really hate us. Should we not stream?" And I was like, "Oh honey, that's not how we do." I was like, "You cannot come on. I'm still gonna talk about your book."
I mean, like,
it's up to you.
Apparently your filter is not letting that pop up here. Oh. Apparently too crass. You need to stop filtering your chat, baby.
Me?
I think YouTube's been doing that.
Yeah, like I didn't.
On its own.
Well, usually when YouTube does it, though, it pulls it on the YouTube end, and it's still showing there.
That's weird.
It's not showing there for me.
No, yeah, I don't see it. No,
usually if it filters to everyone else, but you can still see it. Usually that's because some part of your filter is still on somewhere in your settings. Usually.
Okay.
I said hello to the downvoters. If you can't hit 100 by the time we're done, you're an anal cavity sucking pansy ass bitch.
All right, let's get 100 dislikes.
YouTube has blocked words now, and it's gone haywire too. It's annoying.
Oh man, my chat interaction's about to go way down tonight because that's 90% of what we say in chat.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah, you know, the people that show up in my chat, basically all they do is either cuss or make Sandwich Wench make him a sandwich jokes.
Right.
So my chat's fucked if they cut too much stuff out.
They're on you're on their radar. I mean, if anybody dares to make such a joke,
go back to the beginning of January and look up my stream that I kept up. I retitled it the Toxic Male Sandwich and Sex Stream. Because I actually got completely trolled by the chat, my full panel, and my husband at the same time with that stuff for the 2-hour stream.
I would think that anybody born after 1960 would get that that's a joke. Like, you know, silly me. You know, like, I don't think that people really think like All in the Family anymore. Like,
yeah, the only words that are blocked on my channel are certain political leader names and actual racial slurs.
I think we don't have anything blocked on the creative thing, and we should probably work on that.
And I'm very happy to uphold that standard.
Because I know people will try to go in there and do racial slurs, and we're immediately like, bye.
I gotta look at RV because Sai set that up before she abandoned me, so I don't know what we have blocked. I should probably find that out if I'm streaming without her. Could be good.
No, I mean, like, I guarantee you, most of the people who flag like what people say and all, they all said shit back in the day, and they all just did a heel turn.
We were all edgelords back in the day. Anybody who denies it's lying.
I'm all out of lunch. I'm hungry without you. Now go to the kitchen and make me a sandwich.
Oh, Lord.
I told you I've memorized songs for everything.
Wow.
It's always good to have a nice musical response right there. Just right there for, every occasion. But, I think we've been going for about an hour. I think it's time to start wrapping up a little bit, but before
we're capped at 60.
Before we go, I wanted to shill for a quick second for Outlaw Nights,
Mm-hmm.
If I can just remember how to share my screen again.
Good luck.
If I can, okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting there, as I ramble and ramble.
You're really good at filling the dead air with.
They are officially anal sucking butt cavities.
Yay.
Failure.
Oh, I need to keep up with the chat. So yeah. Outlaw Nights, Genesis of a Renegade. This is going to be the first of hopefully 6 issues, though I'd like to keep it going longer than 6 issues, but that depends on y'all. This top line right here is a total misnomer. It is actually going to be 25 pages now. That's right. We lied to you.
Uh-oh.
So you might want to change that.
I do know that it is a pain in the butt to change things on Indiegogo.
It's worse on Kickstarter, but yeah, it can be a huge pain.
Like, even just changing things on the mailing list is a pain in the butt, and then they kick your mailing list down to like the bottom of wherever it was.
Yeah.
Every time you want to tweak something.
Always. So, Cyrus Lawson is a security officer on a remote colony. This is the 31st century, so humanity has been colonizing into outer space. Cyrus Lawson's been through a lot. He's been through a lot of traumatic experiences. The time period he's living in is very hectic for all nations involved. So he really just wants to get away from it all. But he does not get his wish, as his colony is invaded by a crew of very charismatic pirates led by this gentleman right here, the infamous Ivory. They kidnap him, and he is going to have to overcome his preconceived notions of right and wrong, good and evil, and he is going to have to transition from being a hero to an anti-hero in order to survive and get the best possible outcome. I've had this story in the back of my mind for about 10 years. I've been throwing it around, tweaking it, and I believe I have given you the best I can give. It is phenomenal artwork. Our artist, Render Contender, who is also famous for working on books such as Graveyard Shift Volume 2, Chrono Mechanics. He has been producing gorgeous artwork that blows me away. Every single time I get a new page from him, it is like Christmas, Our colorist, Press Colors, has been giving us very dynamic, amazing depth. I'm blown away by their work, and I believe you all are going to love this comic book. I did my best, so get on this mailing list because it's going to be your only shot at getting special exclusive perks that will not be available to the rest of the public, because we're keeping this campaign very simple. It's going to be very simple. I don't want too many things that could cause the...
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I looked at stuff my husband tweeted.
But that was my pitch. So,
Good pitch.
I like what I'm seeing, what I've been seeing.
My husband's response, apparently after he got blocked by somebody who blocked me, was that he blocked me because he's pussy lips. # grow a pair, # schooled by my sandwich wench.
Lordy.
No, Kitty, no. Dead.
All that salt, all that vinegar. But anyway, I guess we'll start doing our little roundabout sign off, I suppose. Let's start with good old Rosetta.
As you can kind of tell when you're on my channel, you know what it's going to be like. You know how I'm going to talk. You know how I'm going to act with my panel, because I'm a crazy bitch. I'm an artist and I'm supposed to be a crazy bitch. And I don't mince words. And I like it when my panels is just as mouthy and rude and in your face as I am.
So I'm no longer allowed.
Yeah, you're good. You've at least got some spunk. You just don't have the language down.
Yeah. I don't have to give a fucks, I guess.
So let's go with Piper.
Hi, you can find me at FizzGiggity on Twitter. And on the Graded Point Live channel on YouTube, where we talk comics usually. More pop culture is technically what we're supposed to talk, but it's mostly comics. And some anime.
Anime. Animes.
I mean, anime right now is the less toxic of the groups, to deal with.
Which is sad because it got pretty bad, and then I just stopped hearing anything about it, actually. So I think it's calmed down a little bit. Go sign up for the Peregrine Wings of the Falcon mailing list to get some insight into things going on in the Reconstruction universe.
Amen.
And of course, there's special perks and discounts.
You want to get on that. Trust me. Good old Shay.
Hi, I'm Shay Zombie. You can follow me on Twitter at Gastlight, like a big scary ghost. We have our YouTube channel, Red Valkyrie, on YouTube, where we go over indie comics and we talk with creators about what they've got going on. And I generally try to do some cosplay. Sometimes it's shit, sometimes it's not so bad. So feel free to pop on by. And Red Valkyrie merch is a thing now, which is kind of cool. And we're actually working on some really, really cool stuff where we're going to do a little bit of promotion for some indie artists, as well as get some of our branding out there. So stay tuned for that, because I'm super, super excited.
Amen. Awesome. Alaz, good old Alaz, you've been very patient and quiet this whole time.
He never gets much of a word in edgewise with me.
On his own channel.
And then he keeps me back.
So, Alaz, would you like to sign off?
I just see drunk Ed right now.
Oh. Now you see Mikey Woods, so.
So you gotta take the comments down so the lads can see his face.
Oh.
His icon.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, look at that! I'm on the show. Look at that! I have no clue. Guys, it is a fact. My carbon prints have been implanted on this digital documentary of 6 people on the stream. I was one of the 6. It is true, as you can see. But yes, you can catch me on YouTube on my Last Man Films channel. I'm also on Twitter. I'm active on Twitter as well. And I also have 2 Instagram accounts, Last Man Films and Last Man Comics. Also, I have a Patreon, Last Man Films. I got a whole bunch of perks going on there right now. So if you want to support a brother, go to Patreon. I got a whole slew of new content coming your way soon. And of course, roadwarriordrake.com for the mailing list for that color and book and graphic novel that's coming your way in June. And support Comicsgate, support your indie filmmakers. And I don't know what to say. Oh yeah, one more thing. Shout out to all the people in New York going through this tough time right now. I got family and friends over there, so hopefully you guys get better soon. And to Coenger, China is asshole. There you go.
And throw a little support to a friend of mine. He's been a trucker. He's actually been shifted now that he's actually running medical supplies between hospitals in New York City.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, no. Keep all of them in your thoughts and prayers. Also, all the links to these mailing lists and books will be in the description of this chat, so check that out. You don't want to miss that. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on my first live stream, my first ever. I don't know if you could tell, but it is my first. I know.
But he's first. I mean,
But yeah, I would love to have all of you come back sometime. I had a lot of fun today. This was great.
Let us know.
Yep,
Everybody, remember, get on board with the dislike train. If you like anything we had to say, go ahead, hit us with a dislike. Go ahead, give us a subscribe. You know, and and be sure to check out all these awesome projects. And I will be back with y'all, I believe, next weekend. So check that out.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye, bitches.
Bye bye.